What's up everyone, and welcome back to this daily cryptocurrency video. In today's video we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin and Matic Polygon network. We got a lot of news around Polygon Matic, a lot of FUD, guys, and right now it is currently down 9.5%, more than all of the other altcoins, I would say. So just hold on. I'm sorry if the sound doesn't sound so well, guys. I don't have my mic with me. So anyways, let's start off with Bitcoin first, because Bitcoin is the king and he is the leader. As you guys can see on the right side of my screen, Bitcoin, of course, is currently down 4% approximately. And once again, we're getting rejected, and we are actually getting rejected by the 9 moving average. So of course, because everything is red, that's only because of one asset, and it is Bitcoin. Bitcoin usually controls most of the market. That's unfortunate. You can't do anything about this. Anyways, diving into Bitcoin real quick, we are on a daily time frame, entering or getting close to the right here, to the death cross. Now this is a pretty big death cross, and it's actually a massive death cross, so we're gonna have to be have an eye on that in the next couple of days. So guys, make sure you don't have any position open right now. It's no trade zone, absolutely no trade zone. Gotta be careful with what you guys do. Make sure you're not over leveraged and so on. Moving on to the point of control volume profile. The volume profile essentially tells you, for you guys who don't know, who've never heard about it, tells you, the amount of money that's been traded at that specific price, not the time frame, but at that specific price. So we're seeing right now that the POC level, the point of control, we're going to see a pivot around this move. So we're either going to see a massive dump, or essentially a rejection or a pump from here to back to 38,000. So this is a key level I'm going to be looking at, and of course it's a point of control since the 20th of May. So in the past month, we've been trading around this zone approximately. So it's going to be very interesting to see where Bitcoin goes on here. If we have a look at the exponential moving average, we had a nice little rejection right here. Earlier today at the beginning of the candle, we actually tried to make a breakout, but we failed and got rejected exactly by the 20 EMA level. If we have a look at the 4-hour time frame, nothing too crazy. We actually got rejected 4 times at the 55 moving average right here, exponential moving average, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The 5th one was essentially a confirmation for a short, but you could have taken even a short right here a few hours ago, this morning my time, and now we're seeing the dump. So where can we see Bitcoin from here? Well, first of all, yesterday I did make a video, guys. The trend is your friend until it bends, as you guys know, and essentially this was the trend, okay? And we essentially broke the trend. What does that mean? Look at that. So we do have 1 touch right here, 2 touch, okay? That's a confirmation for a trend. Okay, this was the 3rd touch right here. We were expecting a nice little bounce to the upside, but unfortunately the bulls are too weak, and we essentially came back down. Now where can we go from here? Well, we do have this support right here, which is the 34,000, and then the next one would essentially be the 30,000. Now, in my opinion, we could go back to 30,000, and that would be very bad. If we do go back to 30,000, I wouldn't be surprised if we go to 24,000. 24,000. I'm saying that is because of the how do you call that? If we go to the Bitcoin right here, we do have the gap at $24,000. So let's have the daily time frame real quick and take away these EMA ribbons. I'm gonna explain to you guys just in a second. So right here, I put this line actually a few weeks ago, the 24,240. We do have this gap. People say gap is BS, but guess what? 80% of gaps do get filled. As you guys can see right here, we had this gap over the weekend last weekend, and we came back and essentially refilled it exactly where we took off from the gap. So we could have a bounce here, very possible. That's where the POC level is, but we could also have a little dump. So we have to be careful, guys, and I won't be taking any trades until further confirmation. Let's look at some news real quick. Let me take out CoinMarketCap. Okay, so first of all, Marc Cuban calls for stable coin regulation in wake of Iron Finance bank run. So there was a massive huge mess today. Marc Cuban invested in Iron Finance today, or yesterday I believe it was, and it jumped from $63 to absolutely zero. That thing crashed down. It just dropped down. It was a massive FUD. It was a huge rug pull. As you guys can see right here, it was a huge rug pull, and it was actually done on the Matic network. So as you guys can see, Marc Cuban, he explains right here in this article on why Polygon Matic is destroying everybody else in crypto. So Polygon network, you could build a crypto on the Polygon or Matic network ecosystem, and there's been a lot of scam recently, guys. A lot of scam. People have been DMing me on Twitter, on Facebook, on email, saying to give them a shout out on the Polygon, essentially on this Polygon network. And this coin, what it essentially told you, it said that that if you would invest in Iron Finance, you would get 3 billion% APY. Now, of course, it sounds attractive to a lot of people who aren't sure about crypto, and they don't have a lot of knowledge, and they essentially threw all their money, including Marc Cuban, not all of his money, but he threw a lot of money into Iron Finance, and unfortunately, it was manipulated. So, as you guys can see right here, Matic coin forecast. Hints drop to possible $1. So let's have a look at the Matic Polygon Network coin real quick, okay? Currently down 10%. That is a massive, I don't want to say massive dump, but it's pretty big. We haven't seen a drop like that in quite some time. And even though we did see like one right here, but guys, 10% compared to the Bitcoin and the rest of the market is not so crazy. I mean, I know Shiba and CHG is down, but like 10% for Matic is very rare. So let's have a look real quick. So we do have some support right here. I wouldn't have any surprise if we came back to 1.25. Of course, a short to 1.25 would be good, but it's not, it's not worth it in my opinion, because it's too soon essentially. The other one is $1. So this is the $1 move that everyone is looking at, and the reason why is because we had this huge capitulation wick right here, a huge rejection, and we also have some support right here, as you guys can see. All this is it's acting as support right here. If we have a look at the VPVR volume profile, we actually did get rejected right there at the 1.63 VPVR volume profile, the point of control right here. I actually did make a video about this, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Like, in my opinion, I really think that Matic could go down, and I think it could even go lower from all the the whole FUD that's been happening around Matic. In my opinion, it's a great network, but I don't know why people or the developers are letting people essentially build scammy coins on the Polygon network, because that thing is going to be huge, and yes, it could hurt investors. Another thing I want to have a look at right here is we did break right here the essentially the trend line. So if we bring the trend line from right here from 71 cents, and we bring it up right here, we are still above it, as you guys can see. If you guys count the wick, a lot of people don't like to count the wick. I like to count the wick, and sometimes, of course, it really depends on everyone in the situation. So if we do break this level, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if we see $1 very soon, and that would be approximately a drop to a 25% drop. So you guys have to be careful, of course. Always do your own research and due diligence. Always not react to the news and the FUD. And if you're a long-term investor, then that doesn't mean you should sell, but you guys should definitely take precaution of everything you're doing and not be over leveraged. If you guys like this video, of course, please leave a like, thumbs up, and I will see you guys tomorrow.